Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It is July 1st, 2021. It's a Wednesday. Shout outs to everybody. Welcome back to the show. Another exciting installment in the Wednesday edition of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Yes, we're here. Jason's still away, but of course, I do have Alex with me as always. Alex Pearson, lead analyst here at Cracking Cryptocurrency. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, thanks.
Good stuff. All right, guys, here we are rallying pretty good. If you're just joining us in the markets right now, you might be waking up to a bit of a surprise. Did you panic sell the bottom? Did yesterday's price action give you indigestion? Well, I've got good news for you. We've pumped pretty decently off of yesterday's lows. It feels good to be here right now. Take a look here. Bitcoin came up off of the 29K bottom, and we pumped nearly, a little over 7% from the very bottom. What a move! And alts, of course, followed suit. Alts had a banger of a day. Seemingly, a lot of people took us up on our advice yesterday, which was maybe start dollar cost averaging into your favorite tokens. This could be an opportunity here.
I do a second victory lap 2 days in a row because I totally called that reversal yesterday, guys. You gotta admit, I did the thing.
Not bad, right? I figured a reprieve rally.
Every indicator says things look really awful here, but I don't know. I think you should start buying. And here we are. Here we are. Yes. Yes. I get to keep my job for one more week, guys.
Well, you've been doing a good job, so I'm sure you're good here for at least a week or more. But what a remarkable pump off the bottom, seemingly a dip having been worth buying. Mr. Ether, are you out there somewhere in the chat? What do you think? Does this reinvigorate your big August or September thesis? Was this it? Was this really the final plunge below 30? Was this the last good shakeout? Did we really need one good flush sub 30 for the next rally to begin, or is this just a dead cat bounce? Is this just a reprieve rally that you'd about expect, and we're going to run face first into some overhead resistance? I don't know, around 34K, $34,000 resistance on Bitcoin. Will we be able to overcome it? Well, by this time next week, will we be reporting on a $45,000 Bitcoin and rallying?
I'd like to point out that bottom feeder gave a signal. Tuesday night? No, Monday night. Bottom feeder gave a signal.
Bottom feeder with the signal.
Yeah, like the bottom feeder bot channel. Bottom feeder gave a signal.
Well,
The top is at 32,500 right here. So we'll see what happens. We're almost there. We haven't hit it yet, though.
I regret not paying closer attention. I probably would have bought the dip right there and then. If not, I'm going to be forced to buy it maybe somewhere around here. We'll see how the next few days plays out. All right, guys, let's get into today's show. Of course, we are going to be going just an hour and a half today, opposed to the usual 2-hour installment. This is, of course, because Wednesdays is the community mentorship session days around 3 o'clock. We, of course, get together and have more of an intimate sit-down mentorship roundtable experience with some of our premium members. So look forward to that. But as a consequence, we are going to be wrapping the show up a little early. So I'm going to try and speed through some of this intro segment in order to leave more room.
While we still have people here in the intro segment, I want to point out to members that we're probably wrapping up Jesse Stein's book either this week or next week. So I've opened up a channel on the membership side of our server called Group Mentorship. Very simple. And we're going to be discussing just the state of things. I'm very happy with how the book club has turned out. It's really given us a lot of fantastic conversations. I talked with Ben We're probably gonna cut up the mentorships that have, because they're all recorded, and kind of package them into one folder. But I want to make sure that the members are happy with the time of day that we're doing it, and the day of the week, and also we're kind of picking what the next book is going to be going forward. Right now, the consensus seems to be kind of skewed towards either more risk management or more trading psychology, which, kudos to those choices. Those are probably two of the most important things to study. But, there's also other very interesting topics that are important to what we do, including, trading history, other types of strategy development, and also, what's what I'm looking for? I can't think of the third option that I had offhand. But anyway, there's a number of different book options, and if you got like a favorite trading book that you want to suggest as a member, by all means, please stop in. Sorry for that long.
Nope,
long
not at all, not at all, guys. But yeah, if you have any feedback on the book, on again some of the things that Alex mentioned concerning mentorship sessions, do check out that new mentorship, or it's called group mentoring. Yes, group mentoring is the name of the channel in our Discord server. It's newly formed. It slots in right above the members lounge. Be sure to check that out and provide any feedback if you could. All right, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get the show started. You know how this next hour and a half is going to unfold. We're going to go from this intro before we get into a look at some TA. Of course, we're going to get into some news in just a few minutes. I'm trying to plot a course through the next 90 minutes on the fly here. All right, really quickly, let's get into some price action. Let's put this on the hourly. What a march up on the hourly. This is where the panic was setting in seemingly just 24 hours ago, and we've since we've pumped up. Been a nice climb over the last day. What a rally.
To be fair, alts are so oversold that, all these pumps, they just kind of take us back up to resistance. It's been a rough week.
Would suck to get slapped right here, right now, but it's nice to see that there's still some enthusiasm. There's still some vigor out there.
There's so many buyers out there still, and it's one of the reasons that I feel like this market is just not, I just don't see it as fully bearish yet, even though I know
exactly.
Price action.
Exactly. A lot of people gave up the ghost on this one, and they figured, no, we're in a full-on bear market. I have this this thesis in my mind that we will indeed still see a massive, explosive blow-off top rally later this year, and a day like this does help provide a bit of conviction in that move. Clearly, there's still people out here that aren't completely broke and are still looking to buy dips and pump these markets. All right, very briefly here, how did Ethereum fare? About the same on the hourly. Let's see where it lands. Here it is. Looks like it's doing even better than Bitcoin. Kind of poking up above the daily baseline.
Bitcoin is setting up kind of nicely too.
Yep, here's a look at Ethereum Bitcoin on the daily. Indeed, it is crossing back up above the baseline.
Right?
Indeed.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, most of the other indicators are laying pretty flat right now, but let's take a look at EOS. I guess I could delete this line here. Yeah, EOS.
It's kind of underperforming.
Yes,
I would really like it to. It's kind of keeping pace with Bitcoin, but it's underperforming Ethereum right now. Yeah.
350 EOS
has to outperform Ethereum for the trade to make sense. Otherwise, we'll just move into Ethereum and we'll just follow the obvious trade. But I would still like to see it at least.
Ethereum all the way. Here is a look at XRP, currently at 57 cents. Like many of these tokens, seeing a similar pattern here. A lot of tokens beginning to poke their head back above the baseline today. Here's a look at DOT, 1251, pretty brutal. Kusama, of course, responding even better. Here's a look at Kusama. And most of the other indicators, including WADA, are pretty flat on most of these coins here. Quick look at Cardano, currently at $1.19, still stuck firmly below the baseline. Not nearly as pretty looking as the Ethereum recovery, for instance. Quick look at Doge. Doge at 20 cents had a pretty nice day today, actually. Did it outperform some of the other majors? Is this for real? Yeah, here's Doge up presently about 18%. It did wake up as high as 25% today. Incredible.
Let's see, wow. And I kind of like this reversal on Doge. I bet when we look at the chart, we'll see a trend break on our logarithmic trend, and I also feel like people probably got a little too bearish on Doge in that spot. I bet there's a lot of people that shorted the crap out of that area, and I would love to see them. I would love to see them, but with the way the market works, I think that makes the most sense. Like, I would love to see them just completely wrecked here. I think it's a good, break of the logarithmic trend. I think this is just such an ideal spot to be long Doge. And you look at that, and then the position of the rest of the market. I don't know. I have not looked. I don't know what the dollar's doing today. I imagine dollar's down. I'm very interested to see what traditional markets are doing.
Yes, could this all just end up in one epic fake out? That remains to be seen. Here's gold.
I hope we can just go balls to the walls long again, guys, like we were in April and February, and we'll just keep on rolling in profits, right?
Word.
We'll shake off. We'll shake it off.
All
Taylor
right.
Swift.
Yeah, here's a very brief glimpse at Dixie, because I'm going to save further analysis for Alex in the TA segment of the show. But I do think your predictions were largely correct. Here is
guys. Inverse correlations. You don't necessarily have to know what the other markets are doing to know what the other markets are doing. If everything is up, man, the dollar must be down, right?
Dow Jones gapping up, and those the SPY. SPY still under the baseline though. All right, I can't wait to see some further thoughts come in from Alex. A little late in the show, hang tight for the next portion. Let's go stop in with Bubbles today.
No.
What's up?
Then the Sand said, we're in a Jason Doe short. Because I said I can't wait to see Doe shorters get wrecked. Sorry, Toes in the Sand.
Yes, rest in peace. Know. Rest in peace, Jason, and anybody who took the Doge trade.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the alts here. And what a day it is. We have, this is an unusually green day in the space, seemingly, given the kind of ugliness we've been subject to over the last couple months. What a day. A nice uniform day in the bubbles. You don't get too many like this. Where also, look at the gains. Some of these are like the likes of TEL. TEL is up nearly 50% today. Yes, one of these obscure coins that I seemingly only know about on bubbles, but yes, TEL leading the charge today. But among more familiar faces, we have the likes of MATIC, Rune, Axie, Infinity, all up at least, MATIC 29%, Rune 24%, Axie 32%. Flow up 22%, Kusama, yes, 17%, Theta up nearly 20%, and on it goes. It seems like everything here is up double digits today. Pretty impressive reaction off the bottom in the alt space. I'm glad people haven't given up on some of these. Not much more to add here, and of course, short on time, so let's keep things rolling. Get into the news very briefly. Don't have too many items today, but let's explore what we do have. All right, this first piece from U.Today. Yes, Dogecoin's up, Bitcoin rising. Apparently Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey are preparing for their own Bitcoin talk. What's this about? Let's see here. All right, the B Word Conference. I can't say I'm familiar with this one. It's set to take place later today at 11 a.m. Oh, it's today. Very cool. It's going to see two billionaire entrepreneurs, Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, meet to have a long-anticipated talk about Bitcoin. Wow. All right, let's hope they don't totally...
I care so much about Elon Musk's opinion about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I feel you, but I mean, this is great for brand awareness, you know.
Jack Dorsey is going to be there, and Kathy Woods. It's a big thing. I just kind of want to knock Elon while I have this opportunity.
Yes, of course, you're encouraged to do so here on this channel. But let's have a look here. What are they going to talk about? I hope we have some good speakers, at least on this conference, not just Elon, but same with Jack Dorsey. On June 25th, Dorsey challenged Musk to have the talk about the flagship cryptocurrency and Bitcoin miners who use fossil fuels and green energy to mint fresh Bitcoin. Very nice. So Dorsey challenging Elon, starting to check him on all this climate FUD that he introduced into the Bitcoin space. I'm glad that this is going to be one of the topics of discussion. Some expect the Tesla chief to mention his beloved Dogecoin at the conference as well. The director of research at Forbes, Stephen Eirich has tweeted the chart showing that both Dogecoin and Bitcoin are rising. The reason, according to Eirich, I'm horrible at pronouncing some of these names. Eirich is that Musk and Dorsey is preparing to take stage later today. Here is this tweet. He's talking about the latest price action. Is it really on the back of this meeting later today? According to data provided by CoinMarketCap, Musk's favorite meme coin Doge is up almost 8ts. We covered the latest price action. All right, there ain't a whole lot of substance to this piece here. But the B Word conference commences today. Very interesting. I'm going to have to potentially tune into this. I'm very curious to hear what kind of ideas are hashed out today on the stage. Bitcoin as a tool for economic empowerment. This is, of course, taking a brief look at the bword.org page. That's kind of going off today's. Here are some of the speakers. Yes, Alex mentioned Cathie Wood, CEO and Chief Investment Officer over at ARK Investment. Steve Lee, lead for Square Crypto, and indeed Jack and Elon both making their appearance. And the other speakers here, Nick Carter, Adam Back, very cool. Alex Gladstein, cool. I think Justin had an interview with Gladstein, I remember, for SF Blockchain Week those many years ago.
That's right.
Yeah. Anthony Pompliano going to be in here. A lot of familiar names and faces among them. Very cool. The Bitcoin conference out of the blue that I wasn't even aware was going down. This could be good. In fact, maybe the record will be set straight. Maybe Elon will be sent home with his tail between his legs, having been finally corrected. Hopefully he will not sound off after enough experts chastise him at the conference. All right, that's what's going on today in Bitcoin. What else do we have? All right, here is a piece from Finbold. One commodity strategist, this Mr. Mike McGlone. I think his name is Mike, right? McGlone. I cover him frequently on the show here. He seems to be a common pundit. Here's his take on the China's crackdown on Bitcoin. He confirms Bitcoin's revolutionary value. Bloomberg intelligence chief commodity strategist Mike McGlone said that the recent Chinese government crackdown on Bitcoin shows the revolutionary value of the asset despite ongoing volatility. Through his Twitter account, McGlone said that Bitcoin shows signs of maturity amid the ongoing difficulties in attempting to stabilize above 30K. He noted that the current price correction for Bitcoin is short-term, building a potential base for long-term gains, blah, blah, blah. He stressed that the current price... Okay, we don't care so much about his thoughts on price.
What's your price prediction? Yeah.
I'm not so interested in this price, but I still think that an interesting take here, guys. This is a big shift. This kind of seemingly happened very quickly under our feet. The whole idea of China is banning Bitcoin was kind of a gag in the crypto space. Again, on and on again over the years, they banned it, they brought it back in. There was never any real tangible regulatory action in China over all these FUD crackdown stories over the years until present day. We finally experience a genuine Chinese crackdown on crypto, and as disastrous as it may have seemed, China and much of that world is very big into crypto, and having them unwind their positions or unwind a lot of the infrastructure was seemingly could have been disastrous for the space. But we seem to be faring fairly well. And it seems like the West is kind of embracing it at the same time. So it's like we're making good regulatory strides here, while China kind of unwinds their interest in Bitcoin. And so overall, this whole thing's turned out pretty good. You know, we're kind of defeated a few different things along the way. Whether it's FUD about centralization in China, tick that box. We kind of solved that now. A lot of the China concentrated hash power FUDsters are going to have too much to criticize us about. The whole climate thing, right? Obviously in China, maybe not all energy store, though yes, this can still be obviously refuted, but you know, maybe China is not the most transparent place to do business or mine or to, you know, extract energy or generate energy, that sort of thing. It's possible that this whole move toward, again, more mining in the West might very well coincide with more transparency, more kind of green accountability, if you may. And so you check another FUD item off the list. The climate change concerns are being kind of addressed and solved. So, and then on top of that, you know, now, you know, we here in the West, we're all for freedom, aren't we? China's the oppressive regime. This gives our policymakers kind of a chance to signal to be how virtuous and freedom-loving they are. Give our, like I say, our policymakers a chance to embrace a bit of Bitcoin, harmonize things a little bit, and kind of one-up China in this arena. I think all of this is good. All of this is good, and I think McGlone's this article here kind of covers some of why McGlone thinks that too. All right. Enough of that. You get the gist of this particular idea here. Let's get into this next one. All right. Speaking of Cathie Woods and the ARK investment, she is, of course, one of the people making an appearance, one of the speakers over at the bword.org conference going on today. Apparently, ARK Investment bought the dip. 450,000 GBTC shares were purchased by ARK in 2 days. Well, that's not a significant amount. Apparently, that only adds up to about $13 million worth of GBTC shares and $43 million in coin stocks in the past 2 days alone. Oh, so they bought the Coinbase pullback even harder. The latest retracement drove Bitcoin sub 30, but Cathie Woods investment management company ARK Investment, the firm bought more than 140,000 additional shares in the last day for their ARK Next Generation Internet ETF. All right, not gonna prat on too long about this. You get the rough idea, but there's some people out there with thick pockets who are indeed buying the dip. All right, who else is buying the dip today? Let's see here. I think this is the same story, is it not? Yes. Oh no, this is another one. A name that should generally not be spoken on YouTube, but asset management firm Child Investment Corporation reveals in a filing that it bought tens of thousands of dollars of Grayscale products in the last quarter. I can't remember. Did we cover I think we roughly did cover this yesterday. All right. So again, everybody's favorite international supervillain. No, we're not talking about Carl Schwab. In this case, we're talking about the Child Investment Corporation. Yes, I guess they bought the dip too. In this case, although of course this is a filing that probably covers, yes, during the quarter that ended March 31st, the number of shares that they held in Grayscale Bitcoin Trust stood at 38,000. This figure rose to 141,000 by June 30th. Oh, okay. So they almost 3x their exposure to the GBTC trust between excuse me, March and June. Okay, I'm gonna clear my throat here.
You okay, bud?
All right. Yeah, I'm fine. Just I try not to be too throaty, or yeah, for the audience, I try to have mercy on anybody listening in on their headset right now. But yes, they indeed picked up some Bitcoin here, as well as number of shares held in the Ethereum Trust. On the other hand, rose from 265 to 279, about a 5% increase. All right, so they bought a minor dip on Ethereum as well, but they certainly went heavier into Bitcoin during those last dips. So somebody, again, with some thicker pockets, buying the dip in these last few months of FUD. This all correlates nicely with the idea that we might very well see a solid pump off this bottom. This might be a temporary correction until we go on to Bitcoin glory, all-time high glory later this year. 100K Bitcoin end of year. Let's do it. All right, what do we have here? Another one or two more stories, guys. We'll get into the next segment. Let's see here. This is something Alex linked in Newspulse Premium. Breaking, BNY Mellon just joined 6 other banks in backing a new Bitcoin exchange called Pure Digital. The first trade is scheduled to take place within a week. New exchange coming online. Digital assets, this is a quote here, digital assets are only going to become more embedded in global markets in the years ahead, and the collaboration accords with BNY Mellon's wider strategy. Let's see here. Well, let's take a, very briefly, guys, let's take a closer look at this article here. The Bank of New York Mellon, the BNY Mellon as it's known, announced Wednesday it will back the launch of a new London-based crypto exchange called Pure Digital, the first major Bitcoin trading platform backed by a consortium of large banks. Man, this is kind of big. Remember when backed was all the buzz in the space? That came and went. This is another big exchange coming up from the world of traditional finance. The announcement is the latest to build excitement around the as of yet unlaunched exchange, coming just months after State Street Corporation announced it would partner with Pure Digital, and marked an aggressive shift in strategy for traditionally conservative asset managers. In statements, Pure Digital's CEO said it's found that public interest is increasing our Bitcoin, is driving banks into the asset class. Yes, here's a quote speaking with players in the space. All right, don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna get to the next story, see if there's anything else super interesting. Nope. Very cool though. Pure Digital. We are indeed maturing as a space, more and more credibility every day. Sometimes we get knocked about, you know, like we do in this choppy corrective phase, but then the euphoric, the adoptive, the institutional money highs certainly do help offset that. All right, finally, MasterCard partnering with USD Circle. That's right, the USDC stablecoin to pilot crypto payments. Let's take a closer look here. MasterCard has announced a pilot program in partnerships with Circle's USDC stablecoin and others to enable cardholders to pay merchants using crypto anywhere MasterCard is accepted. According to a company press release, USDC will act as an intermediary between fiat and other cryptos in the new system, allowing all merchants to offer card services to crypto holders while transacting only in fiat themselves. Although it may seem What's up?
You see, this is why the Fed was never gonna come out with anti-stablecoin stuff. All their banking buddies are using them right now. This is just the wrong time to crush them. Can you imagine if what would have happened to like MasterCard and all these companies with this coming out this week if the Fed had come out with some anti-stablecoin regulations?
Might have certainly thrown a wrench in the works for projects and developments like this. In the end, I'm sure they would adapt. They'd carry on as always. This still represents a very small part of their business, without a doubt. But hey, at least we're not totally stifling some innovation in the space. In this case, although it may seem inefficient to convert all currencies and transactions to USDC, it's easier for many tokens to convert to the stablecoin than it is directly to fiat. Yep, alright, not much more to prod on this one either. Let's see here. Circle revealed the exact breakdown of what backs USDC. Yeah, this is another thing that came out. Another kind of FUD thing kind of diffused out here. Circle revealed the exact breakdown of what backs USDC, with cash or cash equivalents making up about 61% of the coin's backings. The remainder was comprised of a combination of certificates of deposit, US treasuries, commercial paper, blah, blah, blah. So USDC looks pretty solvent. All green ahead, guys. Let's charge forward. In this case, you're going to need your charge card, and we'll be paying for lunch. And yeah, even conversions on the fly. What's there not to like? I know this is maybe not the future that Satoshi exactly envisioned, but hey, we are slowly getting there, and this is very cool. Crypto clearing on the fly at your favorite merchants and retailers, thanks to MasterCard and USDC. How can a merchant complain? He's getting the fiat directly in there. all the conversions happens in the background, and of course all of these settlement houses, all these clearing people, all these MasterCard processors, I'm sure they are getting their taste. They're getting a nice little cut at every conversion. You as the retail guy might not get the most favorable rate, but hey, you're paying with crypto, they're making a cut. The world seems like a happy place after all. Glad to see everything's moving along swimmingly. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys on the news front today. Let's go ahead and get into the audience. Let's get into the audience engagement. We're going to get this next segment kicked off. Let's do it. I'll try and breeze through this part as well. Let's just expand out the chat window. See who's kicking it with us this Wednesday afternoon. Daniel in the live chat. You're first again, buddy. I'm telling you, as soon as I posted the stream, I saw your comment show up immediately. So somebody's on the ball. Shout out to Daniel. Mr. Ether is with us on YouTube. He writes, I hope the alts you like didn't move too far if you didn't buy yesterday. Yes, yesterday seemed like a great spot to buy some alts. Ron Legato, shout outs to you. Alex1233, hello and good evening. Mike Maker, nice bounce back today, that's for sure. Let's see here. Alex1233 says, yes, Mike, however, I'm not convinced just yet. That's for sure. Mike Maker writes, probably still one more dip. I wouldn't put it past these markets. 20k Bitcoin, guys, 22k. Alex1233, or 2 dips wouldn't surprise me to keep us on our toes. That's for sure. The choppiness might not be over. Let's not get too euphoric over a single 7% reprieve rally. Taz Blitz, good evening, guys. Shoutouts to you, Taz Blitz. Franklin MC, good morning. Shoutouts to Franklin. Toes in the sand. I'm still holding a short on some things. Just entered a couple more. Hoping we test back down a little bit. At least not much volume yet. Yeah, don't toss your shorts overboard just yet. There'll be lots more down. It could be panic continuation coming through tomorrow. Or later this week at least. Let's see here. Mike Maker, say if I sent MATIC looks good right now. Alright, maybe I'll add MATIC to the request line. Hang tight, Taz, Blitz, Polly B writes, hey folks, shout out to Polly B. Mike Maker picked up ALGO at 69 cents and Stellar at 22 cents. Yes, Doge and Jason Short. Alex1233, Taylor Swift is hot. Okay, maybe she is. Myself on YouTube. Let's see how high this cat can bounce. Yes, indeed. That's one thesis for what's going on right now. Rolo Maximus, this is a schizo market. People were calling for 24k yesterday. Yes, and now today we're calling for 45k. So, deal with it, I guess, Rolo Maximus. This is where the Bitcoin logo appears and the deal with it glasses come down. It's an old school meme. All right, Rolo Maximus, can't wait for it to dump again and chop everyone. All right, Lambo Dreams, I see your request. Hang tight. Discord people got their heads up. All right, Alex nailed it. Yes, he certainly did, says Lambo Dreams. Jordan Stotts, blessings brothers, blessings to you too, Jordan. Gravy, grits, and greens on Twitch. Shout outs to you, buddy. Welcome back to the show. Alex1233, a lot of money in that room. Yes, there is actually a lot of money at the big B word conference today. Let's see here. You all right there, Jack? Was that for me clearing my throat? Yes, I'm perfectly all right, guys. I just try not to be too raspy and all that when I'm talking into the mic. Mr. Hut QC. Hey, guys, nice day in crypto today. Yep, you just joined us and you came in at a good time. Jose Alves. I mean, if you slept through Monday or Tuesday and you're just waking up Wednesday, you probably did yourself a favor. Jose Alves on DLive. Hey, guys, shout outs to Jose. Mr. Hutt says he's back in school, so he's pretty busy. Can't always catch the show. No worries, Mr. Hutt. You are certainly missed. Any word, only a temporary rise in the markets? Might be. Lambo Dreams, they just want something that is guaranteed its value of $1 to be insured. Private money has a history of ending in insolvent disaster. Well said. It's just good governance, he said, not so much FUD. I feel you there. Franklin MC, been trading for 3 days, made 10%. Not bad. Is this your first 3 days, Franklin MC, in the market trading at all? You picked a hell of a time to enter. Congrats on your 10% gains today. Gravy, Grits and Green says, yeah, I'm going to be back soon, guys. Been helping buddies start a business, working lots of hours, but I'll be back at the UFC Monday nights, or Saturday nights again soon, probably. All right. Yes, Gravy, Grits, and Greens. We look forward to having you back.
Thanks, Joe.
Not quite the same without him in the UFC night. Always solid commentary, especially from somebody who has somewhat of a background in martial arts. Lambo Dreams, shoutouts to I mentioned him. Alex81SG, CME gap still waiting. We will maybe check in on that CME chart, see if we can see what gap you're referring to. Gotcha. Thanks, homie. You know me. All right. The volume on this BTC buyback is shit, says Lambo Dreams. You might be very well correct. Guys, it might be too early to celebrate. Profit Bear, what's up, CC fam? All right, Profit Bear. That's the final comment in the live chat for now. We're going to go ahead and get into the next segment right here, right now. Alex, if you could be so kind, if you could go live. I'm going to connect to your stream, and we're going to get right into the TA. All right, Alex just went live. Let me see if I can't connect to him. All right, looking at the BTC USD daily perp. Perfect. As for me, guys, I am going to dive into the live chat, start extracting your requests. So please feel free to post your requests now, and let Alex walk you through the markets over the next few minutes, and then we'll be back to round out the show. Again, we're running on a shorter timetable today, so we're planning to wrap the show up in about 45 minutes, half after 2. And we're going to open that D Live chest in about 30 minutes, a quarter after 2 for that. All right, that's it for me. Alex, take it away.
If you guys will recall, yesterday we had our eyes on this downtrend. And the idea was, like, listen, it could keep going lower. But this is an area where if we were to bounce, this is like the final bouncing spot. And so we did end up bouncing yesterday. After we broke the downtrend, we consolidated just a little bit more and took off basically right after close last night. So from close to here, it's just straight shot upwards until about an hour ago. We pulled back just a little bit. We have broken this downtrend right here. So I feel good about this uptrend, at least until we reach. There we go. Let's see this is good. No, I want to use. Yeah, there we go. So we still have this major downtrend resistance left. If we can breach this area, roughly 32.8, 33, then I'd say we're clear to head back towards 36 and maybe even the 40s. But we would have to break the downtrend first. Like even in can we draw it like this? It's an interesting look. Ooh. Kind of a fake out here, back into the trend. It's an interesting look. We have this drawn like this. Yeah, it's basic equivalent. What this is telling us is we're not out of the woods yet, but things look a lot better than they did just yesterday. Time transformation is already rolling over for us. This is nice. As you can see, we pulled back into the range of our local point of control and where the trend median is. That's nice. So what would be a bad sign? Rolo Maximus said that he thinks the market could still pull back more here. Maybe. We really need to close. We need to close today above 31,500. If we wick down below this area by the end of the day, and all this is just a wick, then that's it. You know, it was just a it was just a short squeeze and a bull trap, whatever you want to call it, and then we're headed right back down. So we need to close above 31.5, and ideally, the sooner we close above 33,000, the more sure we can be in this pump, in this spot, I think. So yeah, there's several different ways we can draw the trend lines in this spot, but however you want to draw it, we're not quite out of the woods yet. But the most parabolic of the downtrends are. It's interesting. Ethereum has had a much stronger buyback today by about 2 or 3%. I want to look at this from another angle here. You guys will remember these are our two major areas of resistance overhead. The resistance of, $2,000, 1950, this area right here, resistance, support. Whoops. Support here, breakdown, and then are we going to experience resistance again in this spot? Is this going to become a wick? So this is the same situation as Bitcoin right here. If we don't close today strong, we could keep pulling back here. It'll just be one more chop. Everybody gets super excited, and then another slap in the face, another leg down. To me, this feels strong. I think this is a really strong movement off of the bottom, but we have to close up here. If we close at all back down below, I think if we close below 1875 today, this area right here, that would be rough. We could see a pullback here. That's cool, but closing back below this area, that would be a sign to get out. So I think that's the best way to play it, is to be kind of long biased in this spot. And certainly time transformation is telling us on the daily on everything that it's probably better to be long biased in this spot with these crossovers. But we just want some certainty, and we're not even above our moving average here. So we're just gonna play things by ear. Let this give us some long signals. We'll start getting long signals across the board if the market's really half turned out here, and then we'll swing for the fences, guys. But we want to take it rough. And Rolo Maximus, I know you expressed doubts, but if you watch yesterday's show, I specifically said that I had bought DOT in the morning because this looked like a bottom to me. So, yeah. Just saying, bro. Let's move on over and take a look at the major indices for crypto and Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance still at resistance. I still think we're going to be pulling back here against the alts. This makes sense if we're bouncing and alts bounce harder than Bitcoin, right? We expect to see more money to flow into the alts than into Bitcoin. That pushes Bitcoin dominance downwards. That's kind of the behavior we're seeing, or we expect to see. Today, kind of a nice bounce on Uniswap perp, and in an area where we would expect to see that kind of wick down, and then we start bouncing. We're not out of the woods yet. If we can close above 45,000, I say long it with extreme prejudice. Just get in there, start finding Uniswap tokens, go for it. Dragon perp. No. Is it? It's going to bounce off the weekly trend line. Oh my god. This is so cool to see in action. You know, when you draw this trend line out weeks in advance and you're like, okay, we're just kind of expecting a touch all the way of this area. Let's see what happens. Well, I guess, you know, we're not quite out of the woods yet. It hasn't completely broken upwards here, but this is nice. This is behavior that we want to see in this spot. Getting a little ahead of myself, I guess. I'm just saying this is an area where we would expect to see a bounce. I know people have complaining that there's not a lot of buyers here, that buying volume is low, but selling volume is low too, right? That's why the low buying volume has been so, has seen such powerful momentum, right? Where's all the sellers? Look at this volume. Where'd sellers go? DeFi perp, let's take a look. Our first major buy zone seems to be holding. We don't have a long signal we can take yet, but it's encouraging. Privacy perp, not yet touching the trend line. Curious to see how this plays out, because we have some markets here that are touching the weekly trend line, like Dragon perp, and then privacy perp, DeFi perp, and of course exchange perp. Those are still pretty far away, right? How about this? Okay, let's treat this like a descending wedge. Where does a measured move give us? Something like this. All right. Let's say we actually break up and out here, right? I think this makes sense. We're going to measure this move. If we tried to do this, this is going to put us all the way down at the bottom. So, Control C, Control V this. Interesting. Okay. So what if, all right? People get too bearish here. We see 3 bottoms. 1, 2, 3. Descending wedge breaks here, flushes out all the shorters. Everybody gets super excited again. Boom. Round 2 of crypto summer. Only crypto summer sucks. Like normally crypto winter is bad, but this is a rough summer. So crypto summer. Like boom, round 2 of pain. After we hit the same resistance level again, and we have to test the lows here, right? So another strong dump. Everybody's hurting. It's harsh. It's rough times. But then we slowly drift up as the summer comes to an end. Maybe? Just playing out scenarios with you guys. It's all we can really do. We can't really see the future here. We can just kind of get a glimpse of what might happen. Let's draw this out. So come up here, down just a little bit, boom, push up hard. Push down, push, and then break down into this area. All right. We'll see what happens. And then it'll get all inverse head and shoulders-y, and people will be like, ooh, inverse head and shoulders, or something like that. I don't know. You know how people do. All right, so yeah, alt markets look strong here for a bounce. I think, look, at the very least, if you long this area, you've got a very well delineated area to put your stop, right? Put it. I wouldn't even put it below the wick. I would consider putting it below the bottom of this candle. We shouldn't even get near the bottom of this candle. This is like an actual bullish push, right? Like, buyers should not get a second chance to buy the bottom like that if it's the bottom. If we're back near this area, we just want to be out. So I think even the bottom of today's daily candle is a good place to set your stops if you're going to long this area for a reversal. Which I want to point out, we're not above the moving averages yet. We haven't broken trend on a lot of these on a lot of these alts on these alt perps. So it's just maybe today isn't the day. Maybe tomorrow is the day. But I mean, like I told you, I bought DOT yesterday. I thought the area was good. I still think this area is good for a bounce. And when we look at the alt pairs a little later on, we'll look at DOT. Like, don't forget, everything has been sitting in those buy zones that we've had marked out for weeks. And we've just, last couple days, we splashed down into those areas. Maybe this isn't like the biggest of bounces, but I think this is this is like a bouncing area. All the other times we hit areas of liquidity where we were expecting a bounce, we got a bounce, even if the bounce eventually got sold into. It was like a week and a half later or so. So I still think we can get it off of this area. I know you guys are looking at like nothing. I'm just kind of proselytizing over here. Okay, so I know we are short on time. I just want to look at the broad markets a little bit. We're not going to do a full sweep like we have been doing, because there's just been so much going on in the markets. It's been kind of imperative for us to keep our eyes on everything. But I want to go over some of the big ones. Dollar finding some resistance at the last possible moment, right up here. Let's use this trend right here, get an idea. So maybe the dollar can keep going. Maybe this is not a full pullback. I will note we do seem to be forming a bearish divergence here. The higher high, but a lower high on our oscillator. But this is not fully crossed over yet. So we gotta wait for the cross here. We're gonna wait for this rejection. We're gonna wait for the dollar to actually break down here. But this could be what we've been looking for, right, guys? This is what you've been wanting. Isn't this what you wanted? Yes, this is what we totally wanted. We want to see the dollar eat shit here. And if the dollar eats shit here, we're all going to be, like, you all can come join me here in Puerto Rico, okay? We'll buy out the island. As long as the dollar can eat shit in this spot. That's what we need. That's what crypto needs. Alright, so if the dollar is down today and the dollar is getting some clear signs of rejection, we should expect to see a big day on the markets. Big day up. Dow Jones finished, I guess it didn't really finish closing the gap because we gapped back above the gap. So, maybe we still need to gap fill downwards, because this is not really a gap fill if you gap back above the gap. So, it's odd. I would classify us as still below resistance here on the Dow. And this is almost certainly looking like a dead cat bounce in some ways. We see a lot more volume on sellers stepping in here than we do on buyers stepping back in this spot. It's right at resistance after we've gotten 3 rejections from this resistance. We broke down from this uptrend, and we've got this whole area of resistance that we've been eyeing, and we know it's going to be retested. Now it's back inside it. I don't know. Maybe the Dow was telling us not to get too ahead of ourselves here in crypto. Keep our eyes on it. Hey, if the Dow makes any new highs, if the Dow closes back above 350 again, send it. Just send the whole thing. Just get long. Just get long. But we have to have that first. Otherwise, I'm just not convinced yet. You see why? It's just so much resistance here. It's like, prove it. Break the resistance. Prove me wrong. And then let's get long. Let's just, we'll get as long as we can. We'll get leveraged. We'll just fucking leverage up. Let's see here. It's a nice recovery. We do have the gap fill, but we're still below. We're still below the down. We're still below the uptrend. We're still below our moving average. I would suggest that the QQQ probably has more downside ahead of it. I'm definitely shooting for at least 340 right now. Once again, I would need to be proven wrong. Make new highs, show me, then take the continuation long signal, whatever you got to do. S&P just does not want to give up this uptrend. Come on, buddy. You don't always have to be right. You can let go. You can let go. It's okay, S&P 500. I tell you, when you look at the VPVR like this, it certainly looks like there's a lot of volume getting dumped into up here right now, right? That's kind of interesting. What does this look like on the 3-day? That's a lot of resistance overhead in my eyes. Okay, well, I'll say this. A close back below 420 is death. Or 424, really, here on the ETF. Cannot happen. Just don't do it. At that point, we'll have close down here. It'll be done. Dust. Take puts out. Just, find a way to get short the markets at that point. But for now, we can still wander back up towards resistance. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt here. I want to see the markets move upwards here. As bad as Friday has looked, and Monday's close was also rough. You can't help but hope, right? So I don't like the position that the major traditional market indices are in right now, but the dollar gives me hope, and crypto is in a good spot. I can't guarantee that we're going to keep bouncing here, but for now, I'm long. Let's go ahead and do chart requests.
Right, let's do it. I do have a few lined up here, and we're about 10 minutes to go for the chest opening on D-Live. So, dear D-Livians, stand by for that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and... What's up?
They're D-bags. That's what they are. They're
yes, they're the D-Livians with the D-bags ready to get their lemons in. All right, let me hide this graphic real quick and reveal today's first request. Guys, I only got a couple of requests here. I do have room for a few more. If you want to drop a few, please do so. In the meantime, let's get this first request up. It's from Lambo Dreams over on D-Live. He wants to look at TVK and ILV. Let's start with TVK.
Terra Virtua. I like the cut of your jib, Mr. Moonbeams. It's a beaut. Sign me up for it. Look at this volume coming in. Look at that. Let's go ahead and broken down trend. Buyers stepping in bigly. And We get a pullback right towards the lows right here. Oh my god, this is positioned so perfectly. At the very least, you could probably take it back up towards 20 cents or so, and like maybe if we get another leg down in the market, I don't know, maybe alts will completely shit the bed again. But I love this spot for Terra Virtua right here. Let's go on to lower time frames. We even got a break lower time frame downtrend. You could do worse than this spot. I really like the volume here at 10 cents and 11 cents, the best. If you can buy near 10 cents, 11 cents. This is strong support. But you may not get that chance again. Anyway, this is a good one, Moon Memes. I don't know if we actually may not be able to put this up for the group yet. We're not even above my point of control, but I may take this later today. We'll see. Put this on my list. What's next?
All right, one more for Lambo Dreams up next, but before I do have to take a moment here to thank Lambo Dreams. I scrolled up on DLive, and he did drop a full diamond super chat in the chat over on DLive. Let's see here.
That's like $6,000 worth of lemon.
He's a very generous guy, and his super chat message includes the following: "This isn't even Alex's final form." You went from regular Frieza to golden Frieza soon, Alex. All right. Well, thank you, Lambo Dreams, for that diamond. It sure does help offset the amount of lemons we give away here every day. With that said, let's get into the next request. We have ILV for Lambo Dreams.
Okay. I just want to stare at this TVK chart some more. All right. Look at him. Ooh, okay. It's on Sushi Swap. Let's head on over to Chartex. On Bakery Swap. Okay. Love it. Ooh. Wait, I've been using Chartex's liquidity delta tool a lot more recently. I love this. I feel like you can really get a sense of when people's generally the people putting in liquidity are less retail and they're closer to either whales or funds in size. And when you see large amounts of liquidity going in, you often see pumps happen afterwards. So I've been keeping this open. I really love this for Chartex and on the especially on the lower caps, where it's kind of hard to get a sense sometimes what they're going to do. So the real question here is what to do with Illuvium at $100, because $100 is really the daily high here. We made it's like 101 here, and then a lower high right around $98, basically like $100. We have a broken trend on lower time frames, maybe. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I guess it does look pretty nice. wish I had some volume profile to work with here. Wait, will this give me volume profile on the... Ooh, okay. A little bit more data to work with on Uniswap. Yeah, okay. I really think we can keep going here on Alluvium. I would wait to make sure that we close the day above $100. If we close below $100, then that could be a sign that we're rejecting from this area, and that's something that you'll want to avoid. But if we're above the this resistance level right here, I think it's worth trying to see if we can take this into price discovery. What would that look like? Let's take out a fib based trend based fib extension. Boom. Boom. Oops. Okay. 180, 225 are great places to be looking for in the near term. If this area broke right here, because we'd be in price discovery, we can just expect this to keep going. All right, what's next?
All right, Lambo Dreams, thank you for that super chat. And there's an extended look at TVK ILV. All right, courtesy, of course, of some ChartX advanced tools. Bitcoin on the pump. Just crested over 32.7. Nice, big, girthy 15-minute candle.
Well, guys, that means bottom feeder hit its target.
Another successful trade for bottom feeder. God, I should have been paying closer attention to that signal. All right. I guess yesterday's doom was clouding everybody's judgment. Doom's off, guys. We're doing pretty good. All right. Let's get into the next request. Bear with me here 1 second. I've got to check it.
Save all my beautiful lines. No.
All right. If you're watching on D-Live, guys, get ready. I'm going to open that chest very shortly. And first I'm going to introduce the next request, then I'm going to go stock the chest and prepare to open it. So let's say 16 minutes past the hour is when we can expect to open that chest. In the meantime, let's introduce this next request. Is this one of the last ones on the board? No, not quite. Not quite yet. We have a 3-pack here from Mike Maker. He wants to look at ALGO, MATIC, and Stellar. Let's start with ALGO and D-Live users. Get ready. That chest opens in 40 seconds.
Yeah, MATIC, ALGO just doesn't look appreciably different from any of the alt charts that we started out looking at the show with. We haven't even really broken the trend yet. So again, what we want to do in this spot is to make sure that we wait for the actual break of the downtrend, make sure that we wait for more confirmation by break of the moving average. And I bet we just look at the other ones, it's all going to be the same. Let's look. No, it was Matt. I want to look at the other one. It was ALGO, what?
ALGO, MATIC, and Stellar. Just opening now.
Cool. Goddamn. Well, Alex of the past would say that we should be buyers here, right? See, I do like the the bullish divergence that we have here. It's not a long signal we can take quite yet, but I think it makes sense to be long XLM in the spot. Like I said, guys, we just want to make sure that we're actually getting the break in trends. We want to make sure that we don't get faked out. One more push down here. This has been a choppy market, and I think it might do us well to just be willing to wait an extra day or so here. But I like XLM in this spot, and I've liked it in this spot for months. I've liked it in this spot since May. So I don't think we should change horses in the middle of the race. You know what I'm saying? I think this is our plan. Our plan has actually played out the way we thought it was going to. Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth, if I can keep extending this horse metaphor. And let's go ahead and and take it for a ride. So, all right, MATIC.
Yep, yippee-ki-yay on this case. And quick shout-outs, of course, to today's big winners we gave away. Yeah, a little over 600 lemons today. Alex 1233 in first place with 156 lemons. Lambo Dreams with about 90 lemons. Taz Blitz with 65. Yours truly with 52. And Bricks lurking somewhere in the chat, but he did manage to squeeze away 43 lemons. Thanks to everybody who participated. Enjoy, guys. Let's get back to MATIC.
All right. So I gotta say, I did not quite nail this one. As you can actually see, we hung out below my buy zone for a little while. And I mean, I think because I nailed them so well on the other ones, I think it's important to point out that this one I did not quite nail it on. If you had this as your buy area and then set your stop below that buy area, you would have gotten stopped out. Well, today's buyback is just so strong. I have a hard time. I would have a hard time arguing that it's just a relief rally. You can't call it a low volume rally on MATIC, can you? This is like way more than any of the sellers' volume, isn't there? Like if there's more buyers than there are sellers on the rally, it's hardly a dead cat. Downtrend is broken on MATIC. We're back above our baseline. I think most likely we're going to stay below $1 for just a little while. Try and see if you can get it back close to 80 cents. If we can pull back towards 80 cents again, 75 cents, it's a great buy-in area. But I think it does look like MATIC is going to bounce here, right? That's what I just deleted. Hold on. Okay. So linear downtrend is definitely broken here. And then what does this look like what does this look like logarithmically? A log trend, you can argue, not quite there yet, right? We'll see what happens, but I think MATIC looks strong here, and especially if we could close above $1, then that's all she wrote. MATIC's just gonna just gonna go straight up, probably. What's next?
Alright, well, that was a look at ALGO, MATIC, and Stellar for Mike Maker. Thank you for that request. Here we are in the last 10 minutes of the show. We only got 2 requests left on the board. Looking good. Let's have a look. Alchemist for Lambo Dreams. Alchemist token. Cardex Jobby?
Yeah.
Right.
I believe it's ALCX, yeah. There it is.
Missed. Yeah, ends at 88 AC, or starts in 88 AC, ends in 7 AB.
This looks pretty good. Oh my god, look at the amount of liquidity. There's like $110 million liquidity here already. Let's see here. Log. Okay. I think this makes more sense as a log chart. All right. I'm gonna draw this as a touch right here. That's what I'm working on. So, okay, this is good enough for me. It is certainly very suggestive. We're just so oversold here on ALCHEX compared to where we were, and I happen to know this is a very this protocol has a lot of champions. I think it makes sense in this spot. At the very least, you could easily take it back to probably $275, $300 range. And maybe we reject from there, maybe not. But there's a trade on the table, I think, as far as a reversal here, especially on lower time frames. I mean, the lower time frame downtrend is broken. It's just so clearly visible right here. Right there. Let me get this out of your way. So that there we go. So yeah, this downtrend here is on lower time frames is broken. So I think you can at least take it back up into 300s and then see where you are. It's at least a 20-30% move. What's up? What's next?
All right. I'm not sure if I should inform you, but I think we were looking at the wrong alchemist. But alas, that will have to do. Let's
well, you guys should consider looking at this chart.
Yes, certainly. That was that's precisely why I didn't interrupt you. But if we get a chance, if you have a few minutes left, maybe I will try and get the right one looked at for you, Lambo Dreams. But in the meantime, get into the next request. Boris Bitcoin, can we look at the Ethereum 12-hour? All right, Ethereum 12-hour.
All right. Here, let me. I mean, I see a bullish divergence, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see anything special here. Did you want to point something out about it? Did we not look at Ethereum? I thought we looked at Ethereum.
We might have. Maybe there's something in particular. Boris Bitcoin, feel free to help clarify in the live chat. Is there something in particular you're looking at on the 12-hour Ethereum chart? We'll come back to you in just a second. Let's see here. I have another request here coming up from Alex1233. Let's do this one in the meantime. We have ICP, yes, the Internet Computer.
Looks like a broken downtrend to me. Let's be be more cautious with this line. Let's make sure it's okay. So it's a 4-hour line. Looks like a break of the downtrend to me. Obviously, this buying area is not going to be a resistance area around $38, $39, but I can see this turned into a point of control and just a lot of buying happen in this area. I just don't know if it's the right time to be an ICP buyer yet. There could be a lot more accumulation down here before anything happens. I'd be cautious here. I think of this area as resistance right now. Yeah. Okay, well, what's next?
All right, there was a late look at ICP in the show. Lambo Dream says no worries about the Alchemist mix-up because he rather liked your look at Alchemist. He says he's going to likely ape into that one instead. So there's a might be a happy ending to that one. Let's have a look here. We have, do we have anything else on the board? Oh, yes. Yeah, this is the final official request that I have remaining on the board. It's for Alex81SG, and he asks, can we look at XRP?
Looks like ALGO and a lot of the other alts that we've looked at. I just don't see anything really special right here. We want to wait for the break of the downtrend, which we arguably don't have yet, depending on how you want to draw it. We're just starting to turn around here. We're still below the point of control. Yeah, I wouldn't get into this yet. But, like, look, if the rest of the market bounces, XRP will bounce with the market. That's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of these coins are trading together. I don't know why you would pick XRP over any of the other ones that we've looked at right here. Does XRP Bitcoin look good at all? XRP Bitcoin is currently still kind of meh. I just don't see anything particularly enticing about XRP versus anything here, buddy. What's next?
All right. Well, that's it for what I have remaining on the board, and of course, it's drawing to 2:30, guys. Today's show is, of course, cut a little short on account of getting to the mentorship sessions that we always do on Wednesdays. Yes, I have one question here I added to the request line. Chili Lime on Twitch. I know people are responding to you in the live chat, and they likely answered your question already, but we'll give Alex a crack at this one. Chili Lime on Twitch writes, what is the volume profile indicator you use? I can't find a good one in TradingView. Alex, maybe you can demonstrate how to pull up that particular one?
I use TradingView's volume profile. It's right here.
Now remember, this isn't a premium. This is like a paid feature. If you have a basic account, you may not be able to access this one. It's called Visible Range. It's currently on the screen.
That one?
Yep.
And then I just have it set to the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side so that I can more easily see.
That's it. Yep. Chili Lime. Hopefully that hits it. Ah, Visible Range. Okay, great. Thank you, he writes. It's our pleasure as always. All right. Rolo Maximus. Elon just dumped the market. Now, the 15-minute just had a bit of a reversal. We're back down to 32.1 presently as we begin to wind the show down. Let's take a look here, guys. Okay, so all the requests are done. We just answered the VPVR question, and we're good. We are good and done for today. Let's quickly rejig the screen here and move to the close. All right, here we go. Read a couple more comments. All right, that's it. Alex1233 writes, thanks, chaps. All right, thank you. All right. In that case, let's do it. We're heading toward that mentorship session. Starts at 3 o'clock, guys. You should check your Google Calendar. There'd be an invite already there waiting for you. Yep, I just checked my phone. There's already an alert there with the link. I look forward to all the Premium Plus members who make it to this meeting coming up in just a few minutes. Of course, if this is something you're interested in, if you're looking to step your game up as a trader, you really want to figure out how to begin to dominate these markets, how to set a course, in this very nefarious space, full of bad actors, full of seemingly malicious market movements. Yes, the Boganoff brothers. How do you outsmart them in a game of trading chess? You can learn some of these skills, become a systems trainer, all this and more over on premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. Yes, you want to join that mentorship session I mentioned. You can do it by becoming a premium member. You can find all the details on our premium.krakencryptocurrency.com page. Finally, Discord. That's right, discord.krakencryptocurrency.com for your very own Discord invite link. Yes, join the community of like-minded traders over on Discord. And finally, you can find the new content channel on that very Discord where I post the replay and the timestamps. Of course, timestamps are always included in the description on YouTube below. We usually update that within an hour of the show. Wrapping up is generally when it's up. So if you missed any part of the show, any part of Alex's analysis today, very easily review that using the video on demand replay on YouTube with the timestamps description below. All right, enough talk. Got to move to wind it down here. Lambo Dreams is a great alpha, great show. Thanks, guys. Well, very good. Thanks to you, Taz Blitz. Thanks, guys. Shoutouts to Taz, and yeah, thanks to everybody kicking it with us this Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, for another installment in the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Maybe even Jason will be back in time for tomorrow's show. Man, I hope the price action continues and remains just as bullish and exciting as it has been for the last couple hours. Never know when this market. Alex, final words before we go to wrap?
Trade safely, guys, but I'm very long biased.
There you go. The man has spoken.
I think if you guys get too short crazy, you might end up getting trapped in those shorts. I know some of you said you were opening up more shorts. Maybe you can take that back towards the bottom. I would be just be cautious, okay? Just be cautious.
This is the way. All right. Now, much love. We'll catch you tomorrow. All that in the mentorship session, 30 minutes. Cheers, guys.
Bye, folks.
Goodbye.